Okay, we got it back on. I think we probably lost our host, so she just restarted the recording. Miss and Kim, thank you so much for you imparting from your heart those words. Your words are based on your actions. We know that it shows. And thank you for sharing what it is that you do and how it is that you do. I'm so appreciative of that. Thank you so much.
My
What I'm going to
pleasure.
do, okay, what I'm going to do, and I hope everybody takes notes and takes heart to what you said. I'm going to, uh, let's see here. Let's see what I want to do here. How do I get this thing back here? Let's see.
Okay, I pass you back the mic, right?
Okay, please, yeah. Pass it back, and I want to just bring up some things on my screen to continue a very important discussion for today, our training. We talked about treating the business um, as a business and not as a hobby. And then we just got Katya and Kim to come in and highlight why that's so important. Okay, I'm going to talk about launching your business. This is training. We've got some people here on our training from around different parts of the world that are looking at starting this business or maybe restarting their business. I'm working with one of the leaders right now. She's going to be actively relaunching her business this evening. We're going to go through a launch call. How do you launch your business? Great time to change to a fresh page to take some notes. How do you launch your business? We talk about this a lot. This is one of our business tools that you're looking at right now. I call it the four checkers. What do we mean by four checkers? I want to help you understand how do you build your business. You don't look for everyone. You look for the right ones. That will determine your success, ladies and gentlemen. So as a reminder, what's the first check of a person you're looking for? Someone that is self-motivated. Is this an individual known to be a self-starter? Do you know of them to be an individual to see things through without need of constant urging or reminder? That's not everyone. Have a criteria for your business is my suggestion. A second check. Are you talking to someone with influence? Do they have a positive influence over people? I want you to think about I'm challenging you to think about that. Why? Because many of you know these types of people, but subconsciously you don't go after them. Those are not the ones you're talking to. You're talking to the ones that don't meet the criteria. They don't qualify. So, in terms of influence, does this individual have influence? Perhaps he or she holds a managerial position and they're in secular endeavor. Maybe they lead others in another endeavor. Perhaps they're a church leader, a coach. They hire or fire others. Do others come to them for advice? Think about it. What type of influence do they have over people? Just think about that for a moment. And the third check. Do you know that this person has a work ethic? Do you think of this person as a hard worker? Do you know he or she have held maybe two or more jobs? They're always busy. Perhaps they're always doing something to make money. Hint, hint, clue, clue. Are they known to have little or no leisure time? That's a key point there that I look for. I don't look for people with a lot of time on their hands. There's a reason for that. I'm not interested in that. I look for busy people. Why? Because busy people tend to be the most successful people there is. And busy people have very little time to waste. They value their time. Maybe this person is hard to catch up with because they're always on the go. They have a work ethic. They have a work ethic. Remember, real quick, Katya and Kim, your mic is still open, so you might want to mute your mic. Okay, I'm getting a request here to expand my screen. Okay, let's see. I should expand my screen. Let's see here. Okay. I hope that will do it. I don't know. Mr. Higgins, you can let me know if that did not suit uh, what your request is. Okay. And lastly, do they have a work ethic? This is very key. Do you think of this person as a hard worker? I talked about that. I should say, fourthly, do they have a past level of success? Think about that. Has this person had a past similar level of success? Maybe they're in a current or former MLM leader in another company. Now, this is very key. I know some folks on this training call right now have had success in other MLM companies. They were not just involved in the company, but they were committed to the point where they had success. Maybe they were in Marinda or ACN or Mary Kay or Organo Gold or Legal Shield or thousands of other companies. Perhaps you know that this person has won a car or some other item due to their production. That's the key point here. Now, I want to highlight for you this little quick discussion since we're talking about four checkers and the caliber of people. I want you to understand, why is this so vastly important? Why is this so important? When we say we're not looking for everyone, but we're looking for the right ones, is that real, or is it just a cute little coordination of words because it sounds good? We're trying to establish a good sounding posture. Do we really mean it? Okay, read this discussion here with me. When recruiting people in our industry, it's very important to consider one's characteristics and what he or she brings to the organization. Establishing the proper criteria for your business and being committed to that criteria will greatly affect whether your business will grow or expand with quality people or become stagnant with no growth due to an excess of people in your organization that are alien to the specifics governing success. That means they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue on how to be successful. They don't even know that they don't know. Your business is not going to grow. You see, so we're not looking for everyone. We're looking for the right ones. And for these reasons, it's strongly suggested that you personally look to recruit only people meeting at least 3 of the 4 checks. I say recruit only 3 or 4 checkers. It doesn't mean that the 1 or 2 checkers, people that don't quite qualify, guess what? I found out through this industry that they can also help you. Many times other people can lead you to the 3 and 4 checks. Okay? There's an old saying, something I learned from a mentor of mine over 20 years ago. He taught me the concept that every dud knows a stud like every weenie knows a hot dog. Sounds cute, I know that. But it's not meant to be funny. It's really meant to help you build a business. I'm going to ask again, Miss Katya Kim, can you mute your line because we hear movement and your phone's going off? So if you can just come mute your line for us, that's great. So keep that in mind. Every dud knows a stud like every weenie knows a hot dog. Think about that. Don't just look at it as being cute, but think what that could mean for your business. Now, I'm going to go into something here to, to, to highlight why I want to bring this up, why you want to look at the kinds of people you want to bring to your business. Most people do not qualify to be in business. Most people are better suited to work a job. There's nothing wrong with that person. They're good people. You love them. They're family members. They're our best friends. But it doesn't mean they should be in business with us. That's a challenge for most people in business. Most of my friends are not in business with me. I've built organizations, as many of you know, in excess of over 55,000 people in one company. Another company, huge numbers of people all over the world. I've traveled all over the world, done trainings in other countries on stages in front of thousands of people. Do you know that none of those people are in this business with me right now? This is a whole new group of people. That's important for you to realize that if you want to be a leader. You know why? Because so many people, I reach them all the time. Well, my warm market is, I don't have any other people. I've talked to everybody. No, you cannot possibly talk to everybody, You're always meeting new people if you are a leader, if you are committed to your business. I don't know who I'm going to meet an hour from now. I've got places to go. I've got some errands to do this afternoon. I don't know who I'm going to meet. I don't know who I'm going to meet next week. And neither do you. Neither do you. But if you are a professional, your antenna is always up. Now, launch call. We don't talk about this enough, and I'm going to take the blame for that. This is something I've been doing now for so many years, and I have not highlighted this process or this tool to the level that I should have for this team. Please forgive me. This is an old way of launching business, and I want to challenge each of you on this call as we're in the beginning of the year, and I pray that folks are listening and are hearing me. I pray that you are. This is so important. Many of us are relaunching our business. Watch this. This is how you launch your business. I'm going to give you the details of this. This is a document all of you should be able to follow. Okay? This is the power launch call. The purpose of a launch call is to get your business started quickly and turn a major profit right away for your story. You ever heard this? Facts tell, but stories sell. You want to create your story. That's very important. Many of you are now knowing, when I got started in this business back in April of 2014, I didn't really know anything about the details of this business. There was no training taking place. Imagine that. We didn't understand level 3 strategy, the best way to start. We didn't know. I didn't know. Started at $18. But I was excited. I was excited. See, that's what got me started. My excitement. $18 to make a $500,000? What I got to do? What I got to do? I got in and said I'm gonna earn as I learn. And inside of 2 weeks, my organization was over 200 people. In less than 2 weeks. In my second week, I was receiving 7th generation residuals. 2 weeks in my business. Because this is what I did. When I knew I was going to get started, I started pulling people together. And I made a big announcement. Via a conference call. This is what we did. You see, the faster you build your business, the easier it's going to be to grow a successful home-based business. The slower you build your business is the harder it becomes to maintain the work ethic involved for you to become financially free. I want you always to remember this. Great thing to write down. The speed of the leader determines the speed of the group. So this is the process of the launch call. 2 more steps here, and then we're going to be done and talk. I'm going to have you listen to some more leaders on the call. You want to immediately schedule your launch call within the first 2 to 3 days. That's what you want to do. As a representative, you want to make your list of at least 100 prospects. And you want to contact the top 20 prospects. Particularly with this opportunity because it's a 4x6 matrix. So you want your real go-getters right up front. You want them on your first row. You want to fill your first 4 slots with your strongest ambassadors, with your strongest leaders. You want them on your first row. Number 3, as a representative, you want to get on the phone with them and let them know, hey, look, strong words, be excited. Hey, listen, I've just launched a major project that has major income potential attached to it. It's all centered around financial literacy in the discussion. Are you available Saturday night 9 p.m., to get all the details from one of the executives of the company. Now, listen, I need a firm commitment because Mr. and Mrs. So and so, whoever that may be, is extremely busy and is taking the time out of their schedule to share this movement with only a select few of my business minded folks. You're one of them. Now, can I count on you to be on this call? Notice it says, do not accept maybe or I'll try. That equals no. That's not acceptable. Can I get a firm commitment that you can be on this call? Number 4, let your sponsor or the expert, the person that's going to be doing the call with you, let them know of the type of people you will have on the call. Give them a background. You want them to know their audience. Who am I talking to? So they can adjust and know what kind of things to hit in their presentations, what kind of buttons to push, so to speak. So give them a heads up on the background of the participants on your launch call. Number 5, don't cancel or else you will lose the respect of your sponsor or expert and their time to help you build your business. Very key point. I've had plenty of people talk a good game, set up the conference call. I make my time, I adjust my schedule, and then at the last minute, they cancel out for this reason or that. They try to do a call that's convenient for their guest, not understanding it doesn't work that way. They make the adjustment. You don't. And they cancel out. Well, I'm not going to be so prone to give them my time the next time around. They did not do what they said they were going to do. I'm looking to work with business-minded people, people that understand business. Okay, number 6, 5 minutes, get on the call, welcome people to the call, and 5 minutes after the start time, introduce your speaker and be quiet. Number 7, after the call is over, your phone should be ringing with people ready to sign up or asking questions. I've had people finish the launch call, not do that step, and go to bed. Or wait a day or 2 or 3 to follow up with people. No, your follow-up is right away. And lastly, this is very key. Ask your prospect, what did they like best? We talked about this in other trainings that I've done. Properly edify your sponsor or expert and set up a 3-way call if necessary. 3-way calls are not always necessary if they're ready to sign up. If they've got no more questions or you answer their 2 or 3 questions, join them up. End of story. Don't waste time by putting them on a 3-way if it's not necessary. So very, very key. Now, next point I want to get to. You got them on the call. Here we go. Here we go. You've invited maybe 60 people. You're going to get about a third. You invite 60, you might get 40 to confirm. Of those 40 that confirm, you're going to get about 15 of the ones that confirm. Somebody said, well, how do you know that? I know that. I've been doing this for too long of a time. You're going to get less than a third of the people that actually confirm to be on the call. Don't worry about it. The call was not a failure. It's just people. It's life. It's okay. You can do another one again if you want to. You can do a third. You can do a fourth. You can do as many of these launch calls as you want. But here's the flow of the call. I want you to listen to how we're talking to a select type of person. We're not talking to everyone. So listen to the sound. So once you get on the call, 5 minutes before the call, you're going to repeat this. Hello, I want to welcome you to the call. When you come on the line, please say your name and where you're calling from. Settling them in. Be professional. Hello, welcome. We're glad you're here. Hey, listen, when you come on the line, if you would, give us your name and what city and state are you calling from or what country are you calling in from. Write their names down. Write the names down of the person that is on the call. Again, ding, ding, ding. You're hearing these little bells as people are entering the conference call, your launch call. Hello, someone else just joined us. A few people just joined us. Please take a moment. Give us your name and what city and state are you calling in from, please. You want to adjust and be professional. You're looking for the right ones, not everyone. Okay? So now, 5 minutes or so after the start of the call, here's how you're going to sound. Now, this is all scripted for you. All of you can read this, and you'll never be wrong. First off, listen to what I'm going to sound like. First off, I want to welcome you to this conference call. I recognize time is our most valuable asset, so I don't want to waste your time or mine. Now, each of you has been hand selected by me and maybe a few other participants to join this very important call. Now, you were selected because you're the type of individuals that can make business decisions. So please have pen and paper ready to take some notes. Now, those of you that know me obviously know that I take business very seriously. As many or some of you know, I recently had the privilege to hear about a company that is currently expanding across the globe, literally. I did my due diligence on the company as executive staff, and I made a decision to partner up with them. See, that phrase there sets the tone of the conference call. It sets the professionalism. It lets them know this is above board. You've done your homework. Many of you know that I take business very seriously. You've set the tone now for your call. And now you get into the edification of your speaker. Very, very key. Listen to the edification of the speaker. Now, this is written for myself. If someone else is doing your launch call, of course, this next piece of information is going to be about that person, naturally. But for the purpose of training, I want to give you the right way to set up your launch call, the right tone. So listen to this as we continue. Now, the individual that is on the line with us tonight is a top performer with the company. He's had a great deal of success and has already made millions in the industry and built businesses throughout several states and over 30 countries. Now, I've known this gentleman for just a short time, but has been very impressed with his resume. But more importantly, I was impressed with him on a personal level. Because after speaking with him on many others of his organization around the U.S., or wherever that country may be, I learned that he's a fun person to be around. Just a few minutes of talking business with him, you quickly realize how factual and documented he is. Although money is no longer an issue in his life, helping people attain success in their lives is now his driving force. Without any further delay, please let me introduce to you, boom, Mr. Harry Flynn, Mrs. Such and such, and whoever. And then you be quiet and let that person talk about the business. Now, after the business, that sets the professional tone. After the call, you want to close it with this. That person, I am going to turn it back over to you to close it out, because these are people populated on the call by you. They're there for you. So here's what you want to start out by saying. Thank you, Mr. Flynn. We appreciate you taking the time to share with us this great opportunity. Yes, absolutely. But more so, for the time you took to speak with us and take an interest in our ultimate success. I, for one, know that you did not have to do that. And so a special thank you from me. That's proper edification. That's business professionalism. I want you to get that. And then you pause, because now you're going to address the participants on your launch call. So, to the team, to the rest of you, you see, this opportunity is not for everyone, and we're not looking for everyone. We're looking to partner with key, talented people who are interested in making supplemental or even life-changing income for real, not in word only, but in all-out massive action. So, if this conversation has made sense to you, I ask you each to realize that it's going to make sense to someone you know. You know, most people talk themselves out of every great opportunity, always finding a reason why not. Well, we invite you to find a reason why. I want to thank you guys again. I'll be calling each of you personally in the next few minutes, so please listen for my call. I will answer any questions you may still have, and share with you how to get positioned to change your life like I already have. That is the process of how to properly launch your global business. You single out professional people, the people that meet your criteria. You invite them very professionally to a launch call to hear about it. You got the proper expert breaking it down like a fraction who turns it back over to you, and you sign up those people that want to get started. You do a second launch call. Some of those people on your first one will attend your second one to hear it again and maybe bring one or two of their sharp buddies to listen to it. So your second call should be even larger than your first. Some that you invited to your first missed it. They'll catch the next one. You don't tell them there's another one. You just invite them when you set up the second one. I hope you guys get that. Okay? So I'm going to leave it at that. One other piece I'm going to run through real quick, and I'm going to open it up to some leadership comments. We got some leaders here on the call today. Okay. I'm going to run through this real quick. It's called edification. I know my partner, leader on our leadership team, Miss Coach Tracy Parker, talks a lot. He preaches edification, three-way calling. Not going to take the time to go through all of it right now, but you have it in your possession. I just want to remind you to review it. Edification. This is the one most important piece of the three-way call. Think about that launch call. How are you edifying the person delivering the information for you? Are you building that person up with enough power and influence to affect people coming into your business? Or are you not edifying him? Which is, in essence, de-edifying that person. Okay? Very important. Edification triangle. Very simple. Between you and your friend or prospect, there's trust. Okay? You must edify an expert over here. See? Build that person up, thereby providing the respect that may be lacking between you and a friend, you and a prospect. Maybe they know you. They know that you're not successful. They may not be able to hear the information from you from the standpoint of you as being an expert because maybe you're new in the business. That's what this explains to you over here. So, talk about that expert. Excuse me. Build that person up, thereby providing the respect for your prospect or friend to hear the information. That's what this explains over here. Edification is just a big word that means to speak well of someone. By doing so, that gives them the credibility to put someone in business for you. Talk about their past, current, and future. Here's a basic example of past, current, and future edification of an expert. You know, the individual I'm going to put you on the phone with has over so many years of experience in the network marketing industry. That's their past. He or she is currently a top performer with our company and is leading a major expansion in this area of the country right now, current. I had an opportunity to tell him or her a little bit about you, and he agreed to speak with you for a moment. His time is short. That's a great example right there of edification. Now, what I want to do right now is, having reviewed that with you, I want to stop for a moment here and let's see. Do I have... Okay. I've got a Coach Parker out here. He's one of our leaders on our team. He's out of Connecticut. I'd like him to, if he could, to interject a few comments here about what we've talked about today. So I'm going to try to pass over the role to him. Coach Parker, if you would accept that on your screen and give us some feedback as to what you got from today's training, please. Go right ahead, sir. We can see you. We're all ears. I see you. I don't hear you. Check your mic to see if that it's not muted. You have it, but we're not hearing you. Check your mic. I don't hear you. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do, cause I can't hear you.
How about now, Mr. Flynn?
Okay.
Can you
Yep.
hear me?
We got you. We got you. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
All right, fantastic. Well, thanks so much for putting me on, and it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you all. Um, I got so much. Every time you do a training, I get so much out of it. Just want to, just let you know how happy I am to be here. Um,
Mhm.
looking at what you went over in the first part of the training, respect what you expect. A lot of us, we get in the business, and really the big mistake we make is we don't set goals. Those future goals, those things where you want to be 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 12 months from now. Where do you want to, where do you want to be for your, what do you want to do for your family? Where do you want to send your kids to school? Things like that. I mean, if you know you're not making the money to do those things, you got to set those goals and actually put that plan in place. I mean, what would you attempt if you knew you wouldn't fail? And that's a big thing. Some people have a hard time when getting into business because they look at, they get discouraged. But just think of this: if you fail, you never give up because fail means first attempt in learning. Okay,
Mhm.
end is not the end. In fact, end means effort never dies. So if you get a no as an answer, remember no means next opportunity, and that's a great thing way for us to look at things for, especially the new people who are getting into business and those who are actually launching their business for the first time. Um, I want you to understand something that Mr. Flint said during the second part of his training, which and I'm paraphrasing here, but we got to realize success is not convenient. You can't make excuses. You have to plan for everything that you're going to do. Because
Mhm.
remember, those who fail to plan on failing.
Right.
I don't want to take up too much of anybody else's time, but again, it was a pleasure to be here. Um, one last thing though, you got to ask yourself: are you happy with your present financial situation? Are you happy with your present retirement fund? Are you tired of not being respected and paid the money you truly deserve? Do you feel that you can work with others? Are you afraid to work with others? All these things I'm saying here is because these are some of the issues that we face every day. We get on these trainings every Saturday, and it's exciting. We're pumped up. But then you get out the training, and you go talk to somebody who's broken and negative, and you tend to let them bring you down with them. You can't do that because
That's right.
remember, the name on your license and your birth certificate is yours, which means you got to be responsible for yourself.
Amen.
With that said, I'm going to turn it back over as soon as I figure out how to do this. I think I got it, but I'm going to attempt to turn it back over to Mr. Flynn.
Okay.
Uh,
You got it. Hey, listen, man. I want to thank you, Coach Parker, for those golden nuggets that you just provided. Right on point. But I pray out of my heart, and I think I speak for all of the leadership here on this call, and we've got several leaders with their teams on this call. Um, it means a lot to build business successfully. It means a lot, and it takes a lot. And I want to thank you guys for contributing and making this process fun, um, and teaching us how. It takes a team effort. This is not just me, but it's a team effort. There are people here plugging in, making this thing happen from all over. And I don't like to overlook anyone. We've got another leader here on the call. I hope he can chime in. We have not heard from this gentleman for a long time. He's making some things happen. He's also out of the ATL. I see he's out here. Um, we haven't heard him speak in a long time. I don't have the ability to switch it over. Mr. Coach Parker, if you would do me this favor, you have the presenter role.
yes, sir.
If you would, go into the participants box and pass it over to the.
Found it.
Okay, you got it. Ain't this fun? Ain't this fun? Ain't this fun? Pass the mic if you would to let's see. Coach Parker would like you to present. Okay, I got it. Okay, you're giving it back to me. Okay, I got it. It's okay. It's okay. I want to see if I can bring in a voice from the ATL. We haven't heard from a long time, and I know he's here. I hope he can receive it. Mr. Mark Hagens, I'm going to pass you the mic if I can. Let's see here. I don't see you show up with the. Uh-oh. I don't know who 41 is. I don't know who that is. I can't accept that yet. Let me see. If that was you, Mr. Hagens, then you come back with that request. But let's see here. Okay, where are you? Okay, let me see if I can bring it in. Mr. Hagens, if you can accept that, then you can speak, if you would. On your screen, it should be a little box for you to accept. Okay, you just did it. You got it. We hear you. Go right ahead, sir. Talk to us. What you got? You may have to unmute your line now. You may have to unmute your line. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can, sir. Go right ahead.
All right, great, great.
We lost you. We lost you. Okay? Don't hear you. I don't hear you. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. I think I'm back. I don't know. Let's see here. Can't hear you, sir. Okay. All right. Let's see here. It looks like I've lost control here. Okay. Who is viewer 41? Who is that? Let's see here. Let me see.
That's somewhat. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Kati.
That's Nkemjika from Abuja.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um, okay, I've got the presenter role now. Okay, listen. What I'm going to do is this. We've had a lot of training today. We've had some great information. I hope you guys got the information. I hope and pray that you took notes, each and every one of you. We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S., but whatever time that equates to in your neck of the woods. I want to come out of my heart and say, commit to the training and take the things that we teach to heart. And I'm going to close with this one last story. It is a biblical story that I think is very relevant to where we are right now in business. It's taken from the 7th chapter of Matthew, 24th verse. I'm taking it from Jesus' Sermon on the Mount as crowds gathered. He spoke of the wise and discreet man who built his house on the rock mass due to the things he was advised. And the rain poured down and floods came and the wind blew and lashed against the house. But it did not cave in, for it had been founded on the rock mast. Conversely, the foolish man ignored the things advised and built his house upon the sand. And the rain poured down and the floods came and the wind blew and struck against that house. And it caved in and the collapse was great. Please take that to heart. Take these things we are teaching to heart. Take the advice. Trust. For there is nothing faster or better in business than the speed of trust. Trust and build your business with the things that we are advising. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, It's been a plum pleasing pleasure and a privilege. I'm going to ask our host if she's on, if she can go ahead and cut off the recording. We've got some good information here today. And if it were a way I could pass.
May I add something, please?